Now back to the story from a few minutes ago. You're inside the best of the Morning X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy.
99X.
Hi.
Susan.
Hi. Are you there?
Yes, we're here.
We're listening.
Okay. This is not a very funny thing. This is really bad.
Okay, that's just as entertaining.
Okay. And I'm not going to make excuses for this because I already have a lot of guilt about it. But anyway, this was some years back. I had been engaged for 4 years, and I had an affair. And I told my fiancé I was working late, but I was really at the other guy's house. Mm-hmm. And this was not about a cell phone, so this is sort of a warning to everybody about regular phones. I was just on a regular phone, and I was supposed to call him when I got home, call my fiancé, let him know, I got home from work and talk to him and stuff. And I was supposed to call the other guy just to let him know I got home safely. And I called my fiancé first, and I didn't have three-way calling or anything. I called him first, and yada, 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 and then I hung up and called the other guy whose house I just left. And all this time, my fiancé heard our whole conversation.
How?
Ooh.
I don't know how. I didn't have call waiting or anything. But
Maybe he had you bugged.
Well, how would he have heard it if you didn't have...
I don't know, because I checked with the phone company after that because I was tripping.
You mean like the lines were crossed?
Yeah. I hung up the phone and then picked it right back up and called the other guy, and he heard our whole conversation. He heard me tell him I love him and everything. It was terrible. It was devastating.
That was a bad crossing.
Well, yeah.
It was devastating, yet you were to blame.
I was going to say,
it was
she,
devastating for him.
She's warning people about phones, but when you should be, don't cheat on your fiancé.
Oh, of course not.
Let's take one more, Barnes. Just Joe. That looks kind of interesting. Then we'll move on.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Where are you going with that gun in your hand?
Well, I recorded a conversation once. I had dated a girl for about 2.5 years, and we decided to go ahead and move in together. And I went through and rented the house and set it all up. Got the electric and phone and everything turned on. And I suspected something going on.
Why did you suspect?
Just those feelings. We had been together for about 2.5 years, and I just felt like something could be going on. So I tapped the phone and recorded her and her ex-husband talking, and they had set up a couple of dates, and so I went to the dates.
Can I ask you a question? How do you tap a phone?
Well, I work for a telephone company, and I sell phone systems, and so a tap was very easy to come across. And
it's not that hard.
My name is all legal.
Well, where do you put it?
You put it on the line, and then you hook it to a tape recorder that has a remote.
Somewhere else.
Where on the?
Is
it
put
something
it in a closet?
Yeah, well, I actually ran another line from the D-Mark outside the house and hid the tape recorder outside in an underground box where I could change the tape out.
You're like Ethan Hunt on the phone here.
Yeah.
All right.
So what did you get?
So I went to the dates and took photographs of them two getting it on and everything, and let her have a week to kind of straighten everything out if she wanted to at that point. And confronted her with it, and when she lied about it, I played the tape, and then she continued lying about it, so I threw the pictures down.
Oh, and by the way, here's these photographs.
Yeah.
And so I guess that was over.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she moved out 2 days, or that night. Her ex-husband came and got her because I told her to call him.
Just word to the women out there, if a guy named Joe asks you out, he may tap your phone.
Thanks, Joe.
You will be under surveillance.
One more, Adam?
Adam, yeah, good. I want to hear this.
Adam.
Hi there. How you doing? I work for a video company, and we do lots of weddings and corporate events, stuff like that. And we have a mic that we put on the groom right before every ceremony. And, like you guys were saying earlier, you get the mics on, and you just forget they're there.
Right.
And the groom went into the restroom, and not that, but he starts saying what he's going to do with the bride once he gets her out on their honeymoon. And he's being very descriptive. And this isn't feeding to the PA. This is just feeding into our camera system.
Right.
So we've got the headphones on, and my boss and I, we're just cracking up.
Oh, that's great.
And what do you do with that tape?
You that one for ransom.
Well, you know what you do is when you make their wedding tape, because, you cut it nicely and you put a nice little love song there.
Edit that in there.
Soft dissolves into the, kind of put that as a voiceover.
Hey, I'm going to take her and I'm going to... Yeah, I bet that was good stuff. You still have that tape by any chance?
Let me ask you a question, guys. Who talks about that about their bride on their wedding day?
Well...
And what the hell?
You've been outside the fence?
We get quite a bit of stuff on those feeds.
I mean, what kind of guy is on his wedding day?
The same ones that spray on the car.
I'm going to take her and bend her which way.
The same ones that spray on the car. She got hers, now he gets his.
What?
Have you never seen that before after on a wedding?
She got hers, now he gets his?
Yeah, I've seen that on a car before.
God, were they red?
Where's that? We're rednecks.
Man, that's...
Don't know their... what is it? That's fitting. All right, thank you very much for calling.
Thanks.
Hey, no problem.
Coming through, we had a bunch
one
of stories
last one.
with these...
I hear this is very funny, though.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Who are you?
This is Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, how y'all doing this morning?
Good.
Let me tell you, when I was in the service, I was stationed up in Fort Drum, New York. It's been about 10 years ago. And I was in a Ranger unit. We were all gung-ho and everything. And we used to go up to Canada, go up there partying and drinking all the time. And I met this gal, and I tried for months to get her to go out with me, and she wouldn't. Finally, she agreed. And I took her to a real fancy restaurant, kind of like a country broker up there. And we were sitting at the table, had like the crack, the shrimp and everything else. And I put my hand in front of my mouth and went to clear my throat. And when I did, just like a paper went through a straw, a loogie went through my hand and stuck to her face. And I thought, oh, Lord, what am I going to do now? I sat there and thought, Finally, I reached across, and she sat there like she didn't even realize it happened.
She didn't know what happened?
Here, let me take care of that for you.
She was stunned.
I tried to play it off, but deep inside, I just wanted to go bury my head in the sand. When that date was over, I just never even tried to talk to her again. I just never could get over that.
You know, Bill, if she didn't know that it was there, I might have just left it there. Because think about it, by wiping it off...
Eventually it's going to start falling down, though.
But she may forget or not know what it is at that point.
Ooh, what's this loogie that just got on my face?
I'm just saying...
I know it. It was about the size of a nickel, stuck right to her cheek, and I was just dying the whole time. And finally, I reached over there and just wiped it off. Oh, man. If that day was over, like I said, that was it.
I don't know. I'm thinking you got to leave it. I'm thinking you got to leave it there because the minute you wipe it off, you have now admitted that you know that you've done that.
Well, she's probably stunned and trying to be polite, like trying to figure out herself how do you handle the situation?
She's probably thinking this is not happening.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely.
You know what?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what. I guarantee you, though, she knew it was there, but she didn't want to embarrass you.
Right.
She didn't want to admit that she knew.
Well, why would you
just
sit there and leave the loogie?
Because because maybe she was trying to be polite, didn't want to embarrass him. So if she wipes it off, then she's now embarrassed him.
She was probably going to wait till she'd wipe her mouth normally.
Right.
You know.
Thanks for the call.
He's got a loogie the size of a nickel.
Loogie, spit. Anytime you do that in front of somebody,
you need a respiratory
you're
checkup.
done. You're done with that one. Yeah, move on to the next date.
That date was over, right? You never went out with her again?
Time of my life.
No, of course not.
Didn't think so.
You're on the best of the Morning X. If you keep listening, it might make sense. 99X.
This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and T-shirts that give back. One purchased equals one donated. Now go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.